Hi guys, Daz here with Newsround number 2. We've got an awful lot to get through this week. I hope you've been following my hot comic book alerts that give you some ideas of which is getting hot at the moment, because some of those will be included in here. And be warned guys, there will be a few spoilers, so let's hit it and hit it hard. Okay, first up, Todd McFarlane's currently in production Spawn movie. It's just the first of a trilogy, says the director. Not sure how I feel about that. The casting sounds good. We've got Jamie Foxx, we've got Jeremy Renner. So we'll see, because they're not supposed to have much of a budget, but just to have those two actors alone is going to really bump it up, in my opinion. I'm excited, I guess. The teaser trailer is out for the final season of Gotham. That makes me sad, because I do enjoy Gotham. I think it's one of the better shows on as a comic book property. Riverdale has added Gina Gershon and Trinity Lincolns as Jughead's family for season 3. There is new footage of Star Trek's Discovery season 2. And that's just premiered, and included in that is a first look at the series' Spock. Yeah, we're getting a new Spock, and that premieres on January the 17th. Now, one of my hot comic book alerts spoke about the new Daredevil villain, Bullseye. Well, obviously, that's going to be Wilson Bethel's Benjamin Poindexter. And so we're not getting the original Lester. Excited to see Bullseye finally. I actually enjoyed Bullseye in the Daredevil Ben Affleck movie. Is it Colin Farrell? No, Colin Firth? No, Colin Farrell. Of course it was Colin Farrell. Netflix's Umbrella Academy has been pushed back to 2019. My daughter will be sad. She's a big Gerard Way fan. The Seven have debuted in Amazon's The Boys teaser trailer. I've seen it. It looks okay. I don't know much about The Boys, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. Now, probably the biggest news I broke just recently on a hot comic book alert was the fact that there has been a Dark Avengers script commissioned by Marvel Studios. And that is possibly going to be in the end of Marvel Phase 4. That could be very exciting. I know little about it. I've got the first issue, which I now need to read. But I believe it's a villains team led by Norman Osborn. That could be very, very exciting. Could that lead to a secret invasion? We don't know. James Robertson is to co-write DC Universe's Stargirl. Getting a lot of good live action shows on the DC streaming service. So I'm excited about that. Now, Aquaman's classic costume has been debuted in a 5-minute sneak peek. And I've got that costume to show you guys. There he is, in all his glory. Excited to see that. It looks pretty good. Now, I've stayed away from all trailers, but the positive vibes I'm reading about has got me excited. More good news is I have a still to show you, and that is because pictures of the new live-action Star Wars TV show has appeared, which is fantastic. Now, this is set between the period of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, and it is called The Mandalorian. Now, as we all know, Mandalorians are basically what Boba Fett and Jango Fett were. And The Mandalorian will follow the travels of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. And that is going to appear on the Disney streaming service. And here is that first pick of The Mandalorian. Awesome looking. Now, David Filoni will direct the first episode, followed by Deborah Chow, who worked on Jessica Jones, Rick Famuyiwa from Dope, Bryce Dallas Howard from Soulmates, and finally Taika Waititi, who made Thor Ragnarok. Jon Favreau will write and produce, but he hasn't been noted as a director. Erica Alexandra has joined Black Lightning Season 2, and she's going to be playing Perona, who is a telepathic metahuman, and that premieres on October the 9th. Sad news in the MCU as Chris Evans has officially said goodbye to the Avengers 4 and to Captain America by all accounts. Yeah, it seems like Captain America could well die in Avengers 4, and that is sad news. Emmett J. Scanlon is been pictured finally as Lobo in the upcoming Season 2 of Krypton that is coming in 2019. Now, I have high hopes for Lobo as a character, but I'm not sure I wanted to see him in this show. We're going to get him no matter what. Because wasn't Michael Bay touted as being the director for the upcoming movie? Doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And I have that look. Now, I don't think he looks too bad, actually. Here it is, guys, if you haven't seen it. That is the first picture of Lobo, who's going to be appearing in Season 2 of Krypton. Now, DC Comics and Blueprint have announced Suit Up, which is going to be a cosplay tutorial show that is going to be on the DC streaming service. There's a lot of cosplayers out there, and I take my hat off to you guys. But I just went to a Comic-Con yesterday, and it was full of cosplayers and pops, and not much comic. I had 2 sellers in a gigantic hall, and it made me sad. Take comic out of the name Comic-Con, please, guys. Now it's just getting a bit silly. But like I say, hats off to cosplayers, and that show is coming. Ben Affleck does want to play Batman again. Now, there was a lot of rumours that he was pulling out of the job, but no, he definitely wants to come back for at least one more adventure, which I'm thrilled about because I do like him as Batman. Now, despite my early thoughts, I thought the Titans looked pretty horrific. Starfire, oh my days, and Beast Boy just didn't have the budget, did they, to cover him in orange and green. But apparently the first 2 episodes have come out to rave reviews. And a lot of people on the forums are saying it looks pretty good. So I'm going to watch it regardless because I'm a massive DC fan. And Season 2 has already been greenlit. Let's see where that goes. But I'm going to give it a try. Talking of DC, Rosie Perez has joined the Birds of Prey as Rennie Montoya. I don't think it's going to be a large part, but... yeah, it's is it Detective Comics 647? Something like that. First Rennie Montoya. I've got it, I know that. I'm excited for that Birds of Prey film. Matt Bomer has been cast as DC's Negative Man in Doom Patrol. And I think some panel in New York, Brendan Fraser showcased his Robot Man. So, excited about that. Kathy Kawaso has been cast in DC Universe's Harlequin, the animated show. Amanda Connor has done some of the artwork, and Poison Ivy and Clayface are going to be in the show too. There is going to be a new Chronicles of Narnia movie and TV show coming to Netflix. Quite enjoyed the movies at the cinema a few years back. Dark Phoenix has dropped X-Men from the title. A lot of problems with that, isn't there? Let's see where it goes, but it's been pushed back from February to June the 7th, 2019, because the special effects weren't ready. Cinemax has cancelled Outcast after 2 seasons. It's a show I've not really seen hardly anything of, but I know it's got a bit of following. I think Don the comic book junkie is a big fan. Recent hot comic book alerts I've told you to look out for The Mole and Long Lost, but of course they've been optioned by comic company is Scout Comics, so look out for those guys. I picked them up recently for 50p each. Riri Williams, well, I say that long lost is going for 40 quid now online. Insane. Riri Williams has joined the animated TV show Marvel Rising. I talked about that as well. She's going to be showcasing her pink outfit, which appeared in Champions 22. Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time is in development as an Amazon TV show. As a 14-book series by all accounts. Neil Gaiman of Sandman. He signed a TV deal with Amazon for Good Omens. Leslie Ann Warren has joined Daredevil Season 3 and will play Mrs. Foley with no comic connections. And Margaret, star of The Grumpy Old Men, has been cast in Sci-Fi's Happy. Nicolas Cage, who was once very close to playing Superman. Well, those days are clearly gone, but he would love to play Lex Luthor. And you know what? I do like Nicolas Cage. I'm very excited to see him as Spider-Man Noir in the animated feature coming up at the end of the year. I recently picked up Spider-Man Noir, so I'm hoping for a bit of a boost with that. I went to see Venom in the week. I enjoyed it. There's a big poll going on the forums at the moment because it had terrible early reviews, didn't it? But 74% of the people have enjoyed it, and I'm one of those. You know, don't get me wrong; it had its issues. There's a bit of ropey CGI in it, to say the least, at times. But and the first 25 minutes were slow, but as soon as the symbiote got involved, it picked up. Tom Hardy was quite funny, and the bond between him and Venom I thought was a winner. And what an amazing cameo after the credits, so look out for that, guys. Yeah, it's meant to be a 3-film deal that Tom Hardy signed, and I can see him doing well with that. It's a surprise. Well, it's not a surprise to me because I thought it could do well, but a surprise to a lot of people. But apparently Tom Hardy's favourite scenes were cut from the movie of Venom. And that's about 30 or 40 minutes worth. I think he got into a spot of bother by saying that as well. Netflix has, talking about the Titans, Netflix is going to be showing it in the UK, which is great news. Can't wait to see that Titan show. Tiffany Haddish wants to play Wonder Woman's sister. I bet she does. She wants a nice little earner, don't she? Marvel have announced a new animated Lego special talking about Venom called Vexed by Venom. That's going to be out soon. And Deathstroke, despite appearing in the end credits of Justice League, is probably never going to get a live-action movie of his own. But I have heard that he's going to be appearing in the Batman upcoming live-action movie, so we'll see. Mark Hamill has been added to the Avengers Black Panthers animated show. He is going to be playing Arnim Zola, and I think the story evolves around Black Panther going back in time to the World War II and meeting another Black Panther. Now, a lot of buzz of late, it's got to be just, hasn't it, that Mark Ruffalo has been sacked by the Russo brothers on Twitter for apparently spoiling the name of the Avengers movie. Now, apparently, is going to be Annihilation. That is what I'm gathering. But we'll see. I think it's all in jest, but he is known for letting out spoilers, is Mark Ruffalo. Just a little bit of comic book news to finish up with about comics. Black Widow is getting her own title again in 2019. I picked up Tales of Suspense 52 recently, Black Widow's first appearance. I also think Inhumans 5 is going to be a good book going forward, if that Black Widow movie happens, because Inhumans number 5 of the recent series is also the second Black Widow. Can't remember her name. Isneo, is a company is is going to be turning the Nintendo Switch into a comic book reader, which is pretty good. You'll be able to read comics on your Nintendo Switch. Is Cyclops dead or alive in Uncanny X-Men Annual 1? Well, that is the question that Ed Bryson and Julio Gomez will be asking in January. Cloak and Dagger will be relaunching in November with Negative Exposure. This TV show is going very well. Marvel have got a big event happening in 2019 in a series called War of the Realms. So look out for that. Bendis and Gado's Pearl has been upgraded from a 6-issue mini-series to an ongoing series. So I've got Pearl issue 1. That's the DC imprint, isn't it? And finally, Champions is relaunching in 2019. A bit surprised by that. I quite enjoyed some of those books. And it's going to be relaunching in 2019 as Legion of Superheroes with a new creative team. Well, that's it, guys. That's Dazzie's News Round. Of course, keep an eye out for my hot comic book alerts. I've also got a really nice haul coming from yesterday's Gloucester Comic Con. And there's going to be showcases coming as well. So I'm going to keep active as always. That's Dazzie over and out. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.